And now, time for another thrilling edition of Adventures in Radioland. This edition, the Bob Heil visit. Well, last Friday afternoon, we were indeed lucky enough to have Dr. Bob Heil, K9EID, drop by our QSO-VLOG net to say hello. And I must say, unfortunately, I did not have a 20-over copy on him, and I felt badly for not having a West Internet SDR location ready to fall back on to resolve the received signal situation. It then occurred to me that all my Internet SDR locations have been chosen pretty well for creating a north-south eastern USA grid, and since most of our received transmissions occur from those areas. So to form a more perfect union, as they say, I now have designated one of my 4 Internet SDR receivers as a wildcard location SDR with a large out-of-the-norm Internet SDR location list to stand ready to resolve signal issues that may come up, particularly signals coming from the west. A little tweaking of our SDR operation. But Bob did get a few points across during his visit. One of his comments related to antennas and his preference and mine to the importance of a resonant dipole antenna and how effective they are as an RF radiator. They are simply easy to build and somewhat directional, so you can build 2 with a selector switch to look north and south or east and west, along with your present antenna, so it could give you some options. Bob had been working around in his shack for a while, repurposing some of his radios, and well, he mentioned very nicely about us, a quote. Bob said, "Your work is impeccable, and I appreciate it all." And coming from Bob Heil, it is a tribute that I will long cherish. Bob at the time was running a barefoot, his ICOM 7851, and was talking about his ICM mics designed especially for ICOM. He was commissioned by ICOM to design a more perfectly matched mic for the ICOM input level design situation. As he stated, not all mics work well with ICOM radios. That's why ICOM chose Bob to design his ICOM ICM mic especially for that radio. And as I looked at my studio receiver spectrum analyzer as Bob spoke, I realized what a perfect job Bob has done. It was wall-to-wall frequency content from 100 Hertz up to 2900 Hertz, and the proof is in the listening. As you copy the mail on Bob's voice, you can hear every word clearly articulated for clarity, even in less than perfect signal situations. He was really giving my spectrum analyzer a workout. Great job, Bob. And if you folks would like to hear our conversation, go to KC9VKV Bob Heil 12723 on a YouTube search. That's KC9VKV Bob Heil 12723, which is the date, on a YouTube search. And this has been another thrilling edition of Adventures in Radioland. And this edition, the Bob Heil visit. This is the Friday afternoon QSO-VLOG net. If you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout.